Hi, hello friends, hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the topic gears and its types. So let me write here the topic name gears and types of gears. So we can say classification of gears also. So let me tell about the gears. The first point, what is mean by gear? The first question in your mind will be, what is mean by a gear? So I will just define the term gear. Gear is the toothed wheel which is used for transmission of motion and power. So introduction the contains the definition, application, importance of gears. So definition of gear is it is a toothed wheel used for transmission of motion and power. So as a mechanical engineer, we should know different types of gears, the application of gears, significance of gears also. So let me tell you, gears are used in many applications in mechanical engineering. For example, in our watch also, the gears are used. In headstock of lathe machine, gear train is used, correct? In our automobile gearboxes, different types of gears are used. So these are some applications of gears. And the main importance of gear is, or significance of gears is, it is used for transmission of motion as well as power. Correct? Is it clear? Yes. Now we'll define types of gears. Which are the different types of gears? Now to define types of gears, we should have some specific criteria. So the criteria which is used for classification of gears is position of shafts. So position of shafts is the criteria used for classification of gears. How the gears are classified according to this criteria we will define. According to this criteria, the gears are classified as parallel shaft gears. So first of all we will define parallel shaft gears. So it means when the position of shaft is parallel, in that case which types of gears we can use. So such types of gears comes under this parallel shaft condition gears. So in this type there are two types of gears. One is spur gear and another one is the helical gear. So in spur gear the teeth are parallel to each other. For example, I will show you here. For this spur gear, if I take the front view of a gear, so if this gear is mounted on this shaft, the teeth are exactly parallel to this shaft axis. So such types of gears are known as spur gears. So these are the teeth. These are the teeth of a gear. And this is the axis of shaft on which the gear is mounted. Correct? So such type of arrangement, or if the nature of the teeth is like this, we can say it is a spur gear, and these spur gears are generally preferred for parallel shafts. Now in case of helical gears, if you take the front view, if you consider this is the axis of shaft, the teeth are inclined to the axis of shaft. So the angle of inclination is here, and if you take this angle of inclination with the axis of shaft, this angle is denoted by symbol psi and it is known as helix angle. So what is the difference between spur gear and helical gear? In spur gear the teeth are exactly parallel to the axis of shaft, and in case of helical gear the teeth are inclined to the axis of shaft, and the angle by which the teeth are inclined is known as helix angle, and generally it is denoted by symbol psi. The third category, when the shafts are perpendicular and intersecting. When the shafts are perpendicular and intersecting. So when the situation of gear shaft is like this, in that case the types of gears used are bevel gears. So which types of gears falls under this category? Bevel gears. In case of bevel gears, the position of shaft is perpendicular and intersecting. So if you want to draw a figure of this, if I consider one gear pair, so here this is the axis of one gear and this is the axis of the other gear. So let me name this as a pinion and let me name this gear as a gear. So this is first and this is second gear. I will denote first as a pinion and second as a gear. So these are the, this is the axis first, axis of second gear, and this is the axis of first gear. Means axis on which the gear is mounted. Correct? So these two axes are intersecting at this point as well as they are perpendicular at this position. Means the angle between two axes will be 90 degree. So such types of arrangement is known as bevel gears. And the shape of bevel gear is like a frustum of cone. If I draw like this, it will look like a bevel gear tooth shape. So what is meant by frustum of cone? All of you know the example of ice cream cone. If you take an ice cream cone, and if you cut this ice cream cone at two sections, this portion will be treated as a frustum of cone. So bevel gear tooth will be like this. So such type of shape the bevel gear tooth is having. So such type of nature of gear teeth is having. And fourth one, the next fourth one, the worm gears. So in case of worm gears, the position of shaft is perpendicular but non-intersecting. The position of shaft is perpendicular and non-intersecting. So in this case, if you want to draw a figure, you will draw like this. In this case, one is a toothed wheel and another is the threaded screw. So here this is the shaft of this threaded screw, this is the axis, and if you draw the axis of the wheel, it will be like this. So it will be known as worm wheel and it will be treated as worm. So in case of worm and worm wheel, this is the axis of worm and this will be the axis of the worm wheel. So these two axes are having 90 degree angle between them, but they are not intersecting. So that's why the name is given as perpendicular and non-intersecting gears. So worm gears falls under this category. So this is all about the gear definition and types of gears. Thank you all of you.